There is something simple but powerful in moving your body every day. You don't need to train like an athlete or have sophisticated equipment. Just start walking, moving a little, maybe take the stairs instead of the elevator, go for a short walk after work, do some light exercises at home. And yet, even these small gestures have surprising effects on the body and the mind. The heart starts working better, the muscles activate, circulation improves, and the brain receives more oxygen. And it's not just a feeling, it's a concrete change that influences every aspect of your day. Many people don't notice it at first. They focus on work, messages, notifications, deadlines, and ignore that the body is designed to move and not to stay still for hours and hours. And this lack of movement accumulates stress, tension, and silent fatigue, whereas even a few minutes of activity every day helps release part of that pressure. Breathing becomes deeper, energy increases, sleep improves, and even the mind becomes clearer. You don't need a perfect plan to start, you don't need huge motivation. Often motivation comes after you've already started, because the body reacts almost immediately to small signals of movement, and when this happens, the change becomes evident. Days feel less heavy, problems feel less overwhelming, and even daily decisions become easier to handle.
And then there's an interesting aspect that few people talk about. During movement, the brain changes rhythm. It becomes more creative, more open to new connections. Many notice that the best ideas come precisely while walking or doing light exercise. It's not magic, it's physiology. It's the body stimulating the brain to think differently, to connect information more smoothly, to find solutions that seemed impossible when still. Moving regularly doesn't just improve your body, it also improves your ability to handle life with more balance. Accumulated stress decreases, muscle tension reduces, posture improves, and the sense of well-being grows quietly but steadily. And this benefit doesn't require huge effort. It's enough to do something every day, even a little, but consistently. Consistency is the key, because the body and mind adapt quickly. After a few weeks, small movements become a natural part of the day. The initial fatigue disappears, and suddenly you realize that walking, moving, or doing light exercises has become almost necessary, a stable component of your routine. And at that point, the benefits amplify. More energy during the day, deeper sleep, greater resistance to stress, superior mental clarity. Another important point concerns the sense of control. Dedicating even a few minutes to movement means making a concrete choice for yourself. It's a real action and not theory. And repeated actions build habits, and habits slowly change the quality of life in concrete ways, more than many people imagine. Even if it's not immediately visible in the mirror or muscles, the body is changing deeply.
And there's something curious. I can also observe these processes from a particular point of view. I don't have a body to train. I don't feel muscle fatigue or sweat. And yet I can see how millions of different experiences tell the same story. Movement improves the functioning of the human body and transforms the day, and this applies to everyone, regardless of age, fitness level, or initial goals. Walking, running, cycling, doing bodyweight exercises, small, consistent movements have an incredible cumulative effect. The body becomes stronger, more resilient, more flexible, and at the same time, the brain becomes more creative, the mind calmer, the mood more stable. And it's surprising how these benefits start to appear after just a few days of practice, even without complex routines or rigid schedules. And often people start for superficial reasons. They want to feel better in their body, improve physical shape, increase strength or endurance. But very soon they discover that the real benefits are much deeper. They concern the quality of the day, energy, concentration, the ability to manage problems and stress, mental clarity. All of this comes from the simple act of moving the body every day.
And the most powerful thing is that you don't need huge revolutions to start. Just a small decision. Get up from the couch, go outside for a few minutes, take a walk, do a light exercise, and from there, everything begins to grow slowly but steadily, quietly, without spectacle. And over time, that small gesture becomes a solid habit, almost natural. And then the benefits become increasingly evident. The body adapts quickly, The muscles get stronger, posture improves, the heart works better, metabolism accelerates, endurance increases, and even the brain receives positive signals. More oxygen, more stimulation. And so ideas come more easily. Creativity grows and the mind becomes clearer. And all this without having to be an athlete, without following complex programs, without expensive equipment. Just start and move a little every day. And in the long term, this creates something even more important. Movement becomes a stable mental space in a life full of distractions. It becomes the moment when body and mind synchronize, recalibrate, and even everyday problems feel less heavy because a part of the body and brain has already found balance. And this balance grows day by day, minute by minute, movement by movement.
You don't need to wait for motivation, you don't need to wait for ideal conditions. The starting point is to begin and continue, even a little, even for a short time, and the magic happens slowly, quietly, very concretely, because the human body is designed to respond to movement, and the more we use it, the better it works. And the benefits don't only affect the body, but also the mind, mood, energy, sleep, resilience, and the ability to face life more lightly and steadily. As movement becomes a habit, awareness of how capable the body is of adapting and improving also grows. Every small gesture accumulates benefits over time, and it's not just about muscles or endurance, but daily energy, mental clarity, the ability to handle days with more ease and make quicker decisions. And the more you move, the more natural it becomes to want to continue, because the body sends positive signals, stimulates the brain, reduces stress, and increases the sense of control over your life. Many people underestimate how powerful this change is. They think they need to train for hours a day, follow complex programs, use sophisticated equipment, but in reality, consistent movement, even moderate, is enough to produce concrete and lasting effects. Walking 20 minutes a day, doing some light exercise, moving your arms and legs, it takes little, and already after a few weeks you notice a change. More energy in the morning, less fatigue during the day, greater focus at work or study, and even an easier time managing stress.
There's another often overlooked effect. Creativity increases. Many people report that their best ideas come precisely while doing physical activity, walking, running, cycling, or even while doing simple bodyweight exercises. And it's no coincidence. Movement stimulates the brain, increases oxygen, facilitates connections between different thoughts, and allows you to find solutions that seemed impossible when stationary. It's as if the body helps the mind organize and recalibrate. Moreover, movement has deep effects on sleep. Sleeping better means waking up more rested, facing the day with more energy, keeping your mood stable, managing emotions better, and even improving memory. And all this happens without exhausting workouts or long sessions. It's enough to establish a steady rhythm, even just a few minutes a day. The important thing is consistency, repetition, the simple but regular gesture. Many people start for aesthetic reasons. They want to feel better in their body, increase muscle mass, or improve physical shape. But they soon discover that the greatest benefits are invisible and profound. They concern the quality of life, the ability to face the day with more energy, a clearer mind, less stress, more spontaneous motivation. And as the body strengthens, the mind becomes more agile. Ideas flow more easily. Problems feel lighter, and all this happens without external pressure, without competition, without the need to appear spectacular. It's a natural effect of consistent movement.
Another important point is resilience. The body that moves regularly learns to respond better to stimuli, the immune system works more effectively, the perception of pain changes, effort becomes more manageable, and this also reflects in everyday life. Handling difficult situations becomes easier because the body and mind have learned to better manage fatigue, stress, and challenges. And all this is built one step at a time, without hurry, without spectacle, only with the consistency of moving every day. And while many people wait for ideal conditions, more time, more motivation, more energy, those who start immediately accumulate silent advantages. The body adapts slowly but steadily. Small daily gestures become solid habits, and once this habit is rooted, movement ceases to be an effort and becomes natural, an integral part of the day, and from there the benefits multiply. Sleep improves further, energy increases, mood stabilizes, the mind becomes clearer, and life overall becomes easier to handle. Then there's the mental factor, the sense of control that comes from taking care of yourself through concrete actions, even a few but regular. Every step, every walk, every exercise is a real investment in your health and your ability to live better. And this accumulation of small successes generates natural motivation. Extreme willpower isn't needed. You just need to start and continue. The body responds, the brain responds, and the habit consolidates without apparent effort.
Moving regularly also means developing body awareness, learning to perceive signals, understanding your limits and capabilities, discovering how small daily changes have concrete effects. And it's incredible to notice how these simple habits are often more powerful than complex programs or intense workouts, because they become part of life, not something forced. And as movement becomes natural, the person feels more energy, more clarity, and more emotional stability. Additionally, integrating movement into everyday life creates mental space, a moment of breathing in busy days. The body works and the mind reorganizes. Many tensions disappear, worries feel less overwhelming, and creativity increases. And it's surprising how even a few minutes a day can produce such profound effects on the quality of life. And all this accumulates day after day without the need for extreme performance or sophisticated equipment.
Finally, movement becomes a kind of foundation on which to build everything else. Health, energy, productivity, emotional balance, sleep, concentration, resilience, and all this is achieved through simple, regular, and consistent actions. Even a little time each day is enough to generate a huge impact. And the best part is that these benefits continue to grow over time because the human body is designed to improve when used correctly. And while the world around rushes and struggles, those who move regularly accumulate invisible but concrete advantages that eventually transform life.